Ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly. Know that they fly. Know that they ride or die. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer a bar. They ain't no longer a bar. They ain't no longer a bar. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer a bar. Know that they ride or die. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my seat. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my seat. We hustle, but the night. Boys by my seat. Know that they ride or die.
Hello, cousin. I am Uncle Mike, your favorite YouTuber's favorite uncle, and welcome here to Friday night as we are going to do another flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 here on the Xbox Series X. And this flight is kind of by a promise, not really a request, but a promise to go ahead and fly a military fighter. My last live stream, Genosaurus Rex in chat asked about airplanes and all this kind of stuff that were available to me, and so I promised to do a flight in a military jet, and so that is what we are going to be doing tonight. And so NOTAMs and notifications don't have a lot except for click that like button if you do, subscribe if you haven't, comment, share, come join me in chat in a future live stream. And with that, let's go ahead and game on. So here we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series X, sitting here at Spaceport America. This is the home base for Virgin Galactic, and if you go and you do a search on my webpage and so on, you will find that I have been following Virgin Galactic for well, ever since they went public with their stocks and all of that. So because my background is aerospace engineering, but I never sent vehicles to space, and Virgin Galactic was the way that I could say that I'm in the space business as a shareholder rather than actually doing work in the space business. So, but you can see here with the Unity aircraft and the mothership and stuff here at their base in Spaceport America by Truth and Consequences, New Mexico. And as you can see, there's also an F-14 Tomcat sitting down here. We are in drone mode right now, and so if we come and we just fly on down, here we are in our F-14B Tomcat in aggressor colors and the paint scheme and livery. And so we are going to fly from Spaceport America here, and we're going to basically do a supersonic flight first over to northern Arizona and over Sedona and Prescott, and then head out to 24 Palms, California, maybe do some low level, you know, nap of the earth kind of stuff, have a little fun, and then at 29 Palms make a left turn and head south over the Salton Sea, and then into Fightertown, U.S.A, Miramar. And I was able to actually visit Miramar back in the crazy Top Gun days, so I'm looking forward to doing that. So, yep, there is our Tomcat. I'm going to go ahead and reset the view here to this view right here for the drone view. And so let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit here. And so we've got the canopy up and all that. We can taxi with the canopy up here in the evening hot sun of New Mexico. But we are going to, like I said, we're going to climb out here, go pretty much directly to 40,000 feet, and then go ahead and bust through the speed of sound, and then do a fast cruise out over, like I said, northern Arizona into California. So 3 states today. And so, yeah, we are pretty much ready to taxi. So I think, yeah, let's get going. So, all right, brakes coming off. A little bit of power coming in. And there we are in the Tomcat. Whoop, whoop. Taxiing out from Spaceport, America. Like I said, just recently here they did a test flight, and it supposedly is the last test flight before they start commercial operations, and the flight was a success. So that was really, really cool to see. All right, I've got the windsock right here. But we need to go ahead and do a taxi back here to the right, do a 180, take off into the wind, because I do have live weather on for this flight. So right now you can see it's beautiful out here in New Mexico, but I would imagine as we get closer to California, perhaps there could be some weather. But looking at that windsock, it is telling us that we need to go ahead and taxi out here to the right and take off on runway 34, the northern runway. So that is what we are going to then go ahead and do. So we are going to taxi down here. We don't need all of the runway, so we are going to go taxi to one of these turnarounds here. We've got full afterburners in this sled, so all we've got to do here with this, just give us some runway, and that's plenty of runway right there. So we're gonna actually, we'll taxi to the end, because we want to do, I need to bring up the ladder though. Let me go ahead and bring up the ladder, track that up. There we go. Ladder is now retracted, because one thing that we can do is, just to have some fun, since this is a nice long runway, is we can take off and then just gain some speed and do a steep climb. Go ahead and do a steep climb all the way to like 40,000 feet or something like that. So all right, taxiing out here, gonna go ahead and drop takeoff flaps. Takeoff flaps are all set to go. Let's go ahead and just kind of squat down here so we can see. Go ahead and turn the landing lights on. Don't really need the landing lights on, but just for help with anti-smash, you know. And so taxiing out here. I think a little over an hour in flight, especially since, you know, we're going to be going supersonic here over northern Arizona. So again, what the plan is here is take off, go ahead and climb up to 40,000 feet, hit the burners, accelerate through Mach 1, and then go ahead and do a cruise. Then once we get over into the California area, we'll I'm not sure why the canopy is behaving that way, so let's go ahead and close the canopy. And now let's go ahead and lock it. There we go. And here we are at the end of the runway, so let's go ahead and taxi off. Yeah, so the flight plan, like I said, climb up to 40,000 feet. We're going to do a supersonic flight over northern Arizona. Once we get over by 20, well, probably before we get to 29 Palms, we're going to go ahead and drop down, just have some fun. Low level here in the Tomcat, the F-14B, the F-14 Bravo. And then we'll go into Fightertown, U.S.A., Miramar, Marine Corps Air Station, where Top Gun used to be based at. We'll come over here, make sure we've got all of our, everything looks good. Wind, looks like wind has shifted a little bit down here. This windsock is blowing a little different, but I'm not too worried here in the big beast F-14 Bravo. So when you get slow, the nose wheel steering is really for then carrier ops, and so you really then is sensitive, so you can really easily do a 180. So all right, so everything's looking good. Look what we've got. So we can come over here and just look. We got, I see the landing flap indicators. We got leading edge slats and flaps for takeoff are ready to go. Let's just go ahead and do a wingman check. So there we go. Speed brake, yep, comes out. Everything is looking good. I like what we see. So let's go ahead and taxi out on the runway. Let's get going. So again, the plan here is we're gonna rotate. We're gonna stay low. We're gonna accelerate under full afterburner. Then probably around 400 knots or something like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and pitch up, and we're gonna climb up to 40,000 feet. Level off of around 40,000 feet, and then go supersonic on our way to northern Arizona. Let's go ahead and just come on out here. Looking good in the neighborhood. All right. Come to a stop. Let's go ahead and run them up. Everything is looking good. Let's go military power, brakes off. And full burner. There we go, full burner. 60 knots. There we go, generate 100 knots. Alright, 140, rotate. Flaps up. And run away at, looks to be a little over 300 knots, and we'll start our pitch. One thing I like about the Tomcat here, at least the flight model, it's a airplane that you really have to trim a lot. And the main reason is because the wing sweep, which is amazing. So, all right, climbing out here. Everything is looking good in the neighborhood. Go ahead and take a look at the climb out. There is Spaceport, America. All right, let's go and start our turn here to the left. Get on course. So, yeah, we are clear for takeoff. Over. All right, and we are now heading toward northern Arizona. We'll go and keep our pitch going here. Just climb on up under full afterburner. Go ahead and do some pitching here and trim, 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 as Blanco Lirio would say. Trim, trim, trim. And there's the wings have automatically swept. I've got the wings in auto sweep. So as we climb out here now. So come off the burners and let's go military power. There we go, military power set. And climbing on up. So in this airplane, down here's our navigation. So I've gone ahead and programmed in our flight path. So that line right there is our flight path. Of course, that's us. The range is 80 miles out. So and we're already climbing through 27,000 feet. So we're coming up here on field elevation is a mile high. So we are already passing here about 5 miles in altitude, because 30,000 feet is roughly 6 miles in altitude, but the airport's a mile high. So 5 nautical miles in the air. So going to go ahead and continue our pitch up here. Trim, trim, trim under military power. Turned off the afterburners. So we got 10,000 to go. We're going to go to 40,000 feet. See the beautiful skyline there, as we are also just right on the edge of supersonic here on our climb. As we get, if we go to this view right here, we're at just below a Mach. So we'll accelerate to a Mach 1 once we get up here. So looking good in the neighborhood. We are cleaned up. We are ready to go. Flaps are up. Everything is looking good here. So again, you can come down here and you can see this is our altitude, 35,000 feet. We're right under Mach. 340 knots indicated. We're coming up to our flight plan here, our flight path. You can go ahead and zero the heading bug there. Well, continue our climb here. You go trim, trim, trim. So as we climb in altitude and all that, then we've got to keep trimming, but showing you things and I'm not paying attention. So we're going to continue our climb to 40,000 feet. under military power. All right, 38,000 feet. Everything is looking good, you know, in the neighborhood. I'm just going to go ahead and let the plane start to pitch down here. Coming up on 40,000 feet. So real close to 40,000 feet. Need to go ahead and probably pitch the nose up just a little bit. Continue that climb. Switch for that we want to activate is over here. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the autopilot. It comes on. I'm gonna reach down over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the altitude hold, and go ahead and turn on heading select. All right, and now let's go ahead, and we're right at. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and come off the power here. And slow down here just a little bit. That way we can actually get to see the animation for going through Mach. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and drop here below. We're at 30, just above 39,000 feet, so that's good. It gives us a beautiful view. So if we take a look outside, I mean, just a beautiful view here of New Mexico and Arizona. All right, so now we're here, so let's go ahead now, let's go outside, and now let's go ahead and right here, let's go ahead and bust the burners. Now let's go ahead and accelerate through Mach again. There it is. Boom, sonic boom through Mach 1, and away we go. So if we go back in the cockpit here and we look, we are now passing through almost Mach 1.1, and it's right there, Mach 1.1. So I'm gonna go ahead and come back on. Once we're through Mach, we can come back, just go back to military power. There we go. And so now we're just about Mach 1.15, maybe go to about Mach 1.2. And everything is looking good now. So now we come over down here, over to this switch here. And we can come underneath. And we can, where is it at? It's right here. Managed heading mode. There we go. Now we're really in full autopilot here. It's now following our pre-planned route as we are just cruising up here at 39,000 feet. Come over here so you can see it better. 39,000 feet. And we can climb up a little higher if we want to, but I think this is pretty good right here at 39,000 feet. Military power. Got a nice contrail. Beautiful weather right here. Like I said, the weather could change on us as we are cruising out here. We're going to be passing right over where I learned to fly in real life, which was Prescott, Arizona. So I'll point that out. I've done live streams over there before. We'll pass over the beautiful red rocks of Sedona, Arizona, and then head out toward 29 Palms, California. Drop down low and have some fun down low in the desert and the mountains out there. So no, I don't, Genosaurus Rex. I don't fly in real life anymore. I'm not current anymore, so I'm not legal to fly. Also, I don't have a medical certificate, which is really kind of just a basic physical. So I don't even have that. I mean, I get physicals every year, but I don't have the FAA class medical and so on. So there just wasn't really a... I learned to fly while I was getting my aerospace engineering degree, and I thought that was, you know, really... right? I thought it would be beneficial to know how to fly, especially, you know, learning all of the stuff about aviation and aerospace in college. And then it just wasn't something that really... It was very expensive, and it was something that just didn't fit into then, you know, Aunt Cindy and my life once we, you know, got married and moved and done all that kind of stuff. So, and you know, a couple of years ago, I got to fly with one of the Flying Cowboys, Corey Robin, in his bush plane out in the Salt Lake City area. And, you know, I was like, ooh, is this really going to give me the bug to like want to own an airplane and all that? And Corey was amazing. Ghost, his airplane was amazing, and the flight was amazing. It was a lot of fun. It's a video that you can look down in my videos. And it didn't. It was like, I really don't want an airplane. You know, if we live somewhere, or if it made sense for travel purposes and for like work or something, you know, that I could use it almost as a business expense or something like that. But, you know, in all reality, I could, because I do a lot of work in Orlando and I live up here in the Charlotte area, so I could actually have an airplane and fly it down there and, you know, at least get the mileage, you know, instead of driving, get the mileage. But it just doesn't really fit in the plan or anything like that. So long answer to no, I don't fly in real life anymore. So all right, so here's our Tomcat as we are heading out over northern New Mexico and northern Arizona. Just beautiful. I mean, look at this. Look at the topography and stuff here. It's just fascinating to, you know, to do in Microsoft Flight Simulator, just to look at the, you know, the world. Just so, because when I fly out west, I can literally just, you know, look out the window for hours. I mean, it's just beautiful because of the mountains and the topography and then what's out there, the roads that are out there and that we've built, and mines and all that kind of stuff. So Aunt Cindy's waving. She says hi to everybody. Hi. Okay. Huh? Oh, Mom told you she had to go take a crap? Oh, nice. my elderly mom lives with us. I stopped paying for her apartment, and so moved her in to, you know, save money during Wuhan virus. But so Mom's into the behavior now of where she narrates, I guess, everything she does. And so Aunt Cindy came by and said, Mom had to tell me she's going to the poop. She's going to take crap. All right. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I don't have over here. Sometimes I have Google Earth up, or, you know, Google Maps, so we can actually find out what some of the stuff is that we're passing over. But I'll just say it's just beautiful from 39,000 feet here. Just beautiful weather. I don't really see too much weather out here to the west of where we're heading. Let's go ahead and check on our speed. So we are almost Mach 1.3. Over the ground, we are 680 knots. True airspeed is 730 knots. So just so you know, 600 over the ground at 680 knots. That's somewhere close to like 800 miles an hour. So that is amazing. Yeah, that's a pretty cool view, right? Yeah, maybe over here, so get the compass out of the way. Yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe I'll save that one. Let me save this view real quick, so let's see what it does. Oh no, it goes all cattywampus on us. I forgot about that. Let's see if I zoom in, like maybe like this, and then save the view. Yeah, there we go. That's a pretty cool view. I like kind of looking out the side there. That way you can actually see more of the not the HUD, but the instrument down there that gives us most of our information. Yeah, right? Yeah, just like Top Gun. Oh, we'll get upside down. Just wait a little bit. Like I said, we'll get upside down once we are once we get into better mountains. I mean, if you look, there's not really, you know, we don't have a lot of fun topography here to get real low, so. And plus, it's, you know, it's to not put, you know, don't put a bunch of strain on the airplane and stuff like that. When we start our descent, it'd be pretty cool because all we have to do is basically roll inverted and just let the nose drop through, and then roll upright, and then we're on our descent. So But yeah, we're just kind of doing a high speed. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's accelerate. Let's go. Let's go partial burner. Got the afterburners on now. Now we are accelerating. This is a Mach 2 aircraft, so it can do Mach 2. But let's go ahead and see what it can do under cruise. Just kind of regular cruise, not full afterburner. So we're passing now Mach 1.5. We take a look. Nope, Mach 1.43, but we are still accelerating. Got a hell of a headwind though. 200, almost 70 knots of a headwind. So we're basically like up here in the jet stream with a headwind. So we're now passing through 800 knots ground speed, which is, you know, what is that? Another 80, you know, 89. So they have like over 900 miles an hour now. And we continue to accelerate here. You can start to see right above the cockpit out there, that little bump out there. That is the San Francisco Peaks at Flagstaff, Arizona. And so we are getting closer. Actually, we can take a look here at our instrument right here. There we go. That's how far we've got to go to get to Sedona. So you can see that tick. Look how fast that's ticking by. Ready? Let's go and do the 1 mile. And we just went a mile. And we just went another mile. We are turning and burning in this thing. Let's go ahead and see what we're up to. Mach 1.75. I'm starting to get a shimmy here in the controller. So, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and back off. Back off the throttle a little bit. Looks like we're equalizing here right about Mach 1.77. I'm gonna go ahead and come off the burners just a little bit more. Slow down here just a little bit. Is that going to take me to military? Yeah, it does take me to military power. Yeah, we are turning and burning now. I mean, we are doing what? I mean, that's... What is that? That's maybe a mile every, what, 10 seconds? 5 seconds? 5 seconds maybe. That's awesome. And if we come, we can turn on name tags. There's somebody flying a F-14. There's 2 F-14s out here. One of their buddies. There's somebody else flying a Tomcat out in front of us. So these are other humans. These are other players in the sim. Yeah, that's cool. But there we are. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and just take a look. Yeah, we're kind of equalized at Mach 1.75. That's amazing. All right, let's take a look at what scenery's coming up here. So we are, yeah, just beautiful. This is where I went to school out here in Arizona. Yep, probably the San Francisco Peaks right out there, I would think. Right out there. I don't think that's the San Francisco Peaks way up there, but we're at 39,000 feet, so we're way the hell up here. Now I'm pretty sure that's San Francisco Peaks right there. But out there is, what is it, I-40 and Route 66. Petrified Forest National Park. Man, what a great airplane. Oh man. We are just turning and burning. We'll start to get some bigger mountains and stuff like that. I mean, it won't look that big from 39,000 feet, so. Yep, that's the San Francisco Peaks. Right there, and of course out then over the cockpit on the horizon out there, that is the Grand Canyon. Man, how amazing would that be though? The F-14, real life, this high, this beautiful weather. Now we can. Very cool. Let's see. I wonder if we can. You know what? It might be kind of cool to set a view like out over here. So let's just try this here. Let's take it and then go this way. See, it makes it all. It makes it all weird. Because I have the. Maybe if I do something like that. Let's try that, huh? Yeah, that's a little better, huh? But I guess, you know, we could just look over there. Alright, you can see the turn now down here on our map. There's our turn coming up over Sedona. And right off above the canopy, that area right there, that kind of like bowl, that kind of where there's mountains and then a flat and it's kind of a little bit red colored and all that, that's the red rocks of Sedona, Arizona. This should be a pretty view with this beautiful weather we've got from 39,000 feet. And the F-14 Bravo, F-14 Tomcat, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series X. Yeah, that's amazing right here. And we're under Otto, our German co-pilot, so he should go ahead and turn us here. I wonder if that's a canal, that line right there. Either power or pipeline, but it goes right by a lake, so I would imagine it's some type of canal coming up from like Page, Arizona on the Colorado River. That's probably what that is right there. That's probably a water canal. But here we are. Now you can start to see the red rocks here of Sedona, Arizona. Airport is the starting airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is on a plateau right above the cockpit there. And we're about to make a turn. Like I said, Otto should do it, but if Otto doesn't, then we'll go ahead and make the turn ourselves. There's the interstate going up to Flagstaff, Arizona, to the San Francisco Peak right there, just above the cockpit. And there's the red rocks of Sedona, Arizona. Beautiful place. If you ever get the chance to go out, that's Oak Creek Canyon right there, right off the nose. We were just out there a couple years ago with Voyager, our little teardrop trailer. You can see Sedona Airport right above the nose there on the plateau, on the mesa. They call it the mesa. Just beautiful. Look at that. Now that is, I think, worthy of a screenshot. That's cool. There's our turn coming, so Otto's got us. So I've made real life landings down at that airport down there, Sedona, Arizona. Then out over here, it's going to be right off the nose, probably somewhere over here. We'll see if we can get eyes on it once we get over it. But that is Cottonwood, Arizona. Many, many landings and touch and goes there. And then we'll be able to see Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, where I went to college. So. Actually, let's see here. Yep, there's Cottonwood Airport. And then this mine, you can see right off the nose here, that's Jerome, Arizona. Famous little mining town on the side of the mountain here. You can see the mine there. So that's the Verde River that we're passing over. In Cottonwood, Arizona. And then there's Jerome. And then out over there, just in front of the nose, well, I'll put it above the cockpit. Above the cockpit there, that is Prescott, Arizona. Granite Mountain, and then actually right off the nose here, we're gonna pass like right over the church where Aunt Cindy and I were married. All right, let's go ahead and get in the cockpit. Let's just go ahead and take a look at everything. We're back down to Mach 1.2 because I've come off the. We're accelerating. We were in that turn, so it slowed us down. So we're accelerating back up. Everything is looking good in the neighborhood. So auto's got us. I'm going to go ahead and center the heading bug. Way it's in case we need it. So there, right there, that is Ernest A. Love Field right off the nose. You can see the lights of the runway there, the approach lights. That is where I learned to fly. So right off the nose, that is in that valley, in that bowl there, that is Prescott, Arizona. Then back over above the cockpit now, that is Prescott Valley. And then right down here, which is a lot bigger than what it was when we lived there, but basically somewhere like almost like right off the tip of the nose right there is the church where Aunt Cindy and I were married. So cool. From 39,000 feet, supersonic here. Oh, we got ATC. We're picking up ATC here. Not sure why, but we are. But yeah, that is amazing looking. So yeah, Prescott, Arizona, right above the cockpit. Ernest A. Love Field, where I learned to fly, right there. Chino Valley, right below us. Like I said, right on the nose. Somewhere down here is the church where Aunt Cindy and I were married. Very cool. That right there is amazing. So yep. So San Francisco peaks behind us. Out above the airplane out there is Grand Canyon, Kingman, Arizona, and Vegas out there. But we are heading out here to 29 Palms. Got 179 miles to get to 29 Palms. When we get closer to 29 Palms, we'll probably drop down here and do some low level, do some fun stuff out by 29 Palms, out in the desert, out by the Salton Sea. Just beautiful topography out here. Barren, but beautiful. That out above the airplane out there, that's Phoenix, Arizona. All right, just go and check, make sure we're back to Mach 1.4, 39,000 feet. We've got 160 miles to go, which won't take us very long to get there. Oh, this is very interesting. Right off the nose here, this is the Baghdad mine. This is actually, I think, the world's largest copper mine. They actually have a little airport, but out there, did touch and goes at their little airport here in Baghdad, Arizona. Yeah, Baghdad, Arizona. So. Yeah, when we get out to Fightertown, USA, when we get out to Miramar, we're probably going to go ahead and do an approach. Probably a visual approach, depending on the weather, but approach. And then go ahead and do at least one pattern, one loop in the pattern. So that's what I kind of plan on doing here. But yep, there is Baghdad mine. The runway is right above, right at the nose there. There's the little airport, like I said, flowing out there. It's a, you can see it's a strip mine, just stripping the mountains away, get down to the coppers. But it's an old mine, and it's like I said, it's like the biggest mine, I think, biggest copper mine in the world, at least in the United States. I'm fairly certain of that. So, all right, but we are looking good. 39,000 feet, still doing Mach 1.4, so everything's looking good there. Just beautiful out here. Like I said, once we get out here a little bit further here, once we probably get Yeah, 29 palms, I think. Then we can actually have some fun, because once we get between the Salton Sea and Miramar, you start to get into then, you know, people. So, you know, we don't really want to crash an F-14 Bravo we don't want to crash, but we also don't want to crash in a populated area. So between 29 Palms and the Salton Sea is where we'll go ahead and have some fun here. Won't take us very long to get to 29 Palms. We're only 130 miles out. And so you can see here on our map, all the little pink, magenta, pink are all waypoints and airports. And now you can see there's like nothing hardly. Had all this stuff behind us. This is all, oh, there it goes, just loaded in. Just made me a liar. But you can see that, I mean, there's stuff, but we got, this is an 80-mile range. So if, you know, if I go all the way out to 160 miles, and there you can see then all the stuff. But, you know, 80 miles, I mean, that's, we're just about to start to get 29 Palms on our map. You know, if you zoom into 40 miles, and there you go. So you really don't see too much. So, but this is, now we're getting into, you know, just barren, you know, barren land. Oh, check out that bridge right there. Probably railroad, huh? I don't think that's the Colorado. Well, maybe. No, it's not the Colorado River. But that's a cool. There's a hell of a bridge right down there. I wonder if that's train. That might be train. Because they would usually put, you know, road and stuff like that. Well, here comes the Here comes the. Yeah, the Colorado here. So this is like, what, Lake Havasu? So as soon as we cross over this body of water right here, we've gone from basically central New Mexico all the way across Arizona already in what, less than 40 minutes? All right, here's comms. I'm gonna go ahead and switch comms. Maybe that we won't get ATC then. Yeah, so this is Lake Havasu, which means if you follow this up all the way up, then you go up and you basically get Hoover Dam up by Las Vegas, up, you know, above the cockpit there. That's what this is right here. Yep. Very cool. So now we are basically crossing out into California. But yep, there is Lake Havasu, Arizona. All right, let's go ahead and jump in the cockpit and see where we're at. We're 82 miles out. Let's go ahead and turn off the autopilot. Mach 1.5. All right, I'm going to go ahead and come back on the power. I'm just going to go ahead and start just a slow roll here. Woohoo! And that just goes ahead, just doesn't stress the airplane out at all at this speed. And just go ahead and get our descent going. Now we can start to pull up here. It's just it's more comfortable to do it that way too on us. We maintain our speed. I'm gonna go ahead and trim. in the descent now. We're just dropping down here. So as you can see, we're still Mach 1.3. We're slowing down though as we're getting into the thicker atmosphere. 25,000 feet, so we already dropped down from 39,000 down to 25,000. Continue our nice easy descent down here as we get ready to play. Just beautiful, beautiful terrain though. That right out there above the cockpit, you see that like black line and stuff like that? That's actually a drinking canal. That's like the Los Angeles drinking canal system or something like that. Alright, let's go ahead and continue our descent here. Trim, trim, trim. And we just went through, slow down through Mach. Let's continue our descent here, like half throttle. You can see the ITT RPMs, everything is looking good in the neighborhood. I like everything that we've got going on. So I'm not too worried about anything as we just drop down here toward 29 Palms, California. I'm no longer under autopilot. There goes the wings as we slow down. Oh, there they go. It must be right on the verge, so that's why it keeps. So I'm going to go ahead and come back off the power a little bit more. And we're 50 miles out from. Alright, go ahead and retrim. That's one thing I like about this airplane is that you really have to retrim. It does not have like any type of like auto trim or anything like that. So as those wings change their geometry, you've got to retrim the aircraft. So alright, now we're getting into where we can have some fun here with some mountains and as we drop down here, like I said, 29 Palms. The scenery I've got for 29 Palms here is actually it's a payware airport. Now you can really see some of the topography. You can see the drinking canal right over here. Probably going to a pump station, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's fascinating when you look at this stuff. Of like, why is this out here? But they're literally pulling water from the Colorado River all the way to LA. Fascinating to read the history about that. All right, we're down to 11,000 feet. You can see 11,000 feet. Mach 0.8, 450 knots indicated. That's a good speed here as we just descend on down. Very cool. All right, sitting on down here. Go ahead and get set up. See, some type of mining operation. Who knows what this is out here? It's like, why is this out here? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and level off. We're at 5,000 feet. Go ahead and reset the. Go ahead and trim this up. And go ahead and come back to military power. And it'll come off. There we go. See, some type of mine or who knows what that is. Alright, let's go and get that throttle kind of set at about 550 knots or so. 5,000 feet. Coming up on 29 Palms Airport. We're gonna make a hard hard left, head south, head down to the Salton Sea, then take a right into Miramar, Fightertown, USA. So here we are. Oh yeah. So I just kind of want to make an easy pass over 29 Palms, then They will get a little funky. Look at that. Fascinating. That is just... This is on Game Pass. On the Xbox. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that whoosh. But I'm not an autopilot. We are hand flying. Hand flying. Hand flooded. This amazing, let's do it. Amazing aircraft, the F-14 Tomcat here, coming up on 29 Palms, California. Again, some type of operation right here. Mr. Buddy. Hello, Mr. Buddy. Thumbs up because you are amazing. We just did a supersonic flight all the way from Spaceport, America in New Mexico. We're now over 29 Palms, California here. About to make a right turn toward the, or left turn toward the Salton Sea. But we're going to have some fun here as we're heading toward Fightertown, USA. Miramar Marine Corps Air Station, which is no longer the home of Top Gun. So, but there is 29 Palms Airport right above the cockpit there. I'm going to come off the throttles a little bit more. Go ahead and trim, as Blanco O'Leary would say. You got to retrim this now. But welcome to 29 Palms. Out here in the middle, not really out in the middle of nowhere, but because, you know, Palm Springs and stuff is kind of over there. So, but here we are. There is 29 Palms. That's a payware airport. So if you're interested, I own it. It's really actually a lot of fun. There's 29 Palms. Booyah. All right, let's make our turn. Let's get that nose down. Here we go. Head south to the Salton Sea. Now we are fast. If I was really, you know, gonna do, I'd need to slow down so we'd have better maneuverability. But we're turning and burning now. You can kind of see how fast we're going now. You can see down there in our center instrument our flight path that we went ahead and programmed in. All right, I see a canyon coming up right here. I kind of want to investigate that. So what I'm thinking about doing here is actually pitching up here and doing a left 270. I'm gonna go ahead and start pitching up here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this. Oh yeah, that's dangerous right there, huh? Oh yeah. All right, yeah, let's extend out. We're gonna go up that wash right there. That looks like fun. All right, 400 knots. That's good. You can hear the buffering of the G's as we load it up a little bit. All right, here we go. Come on. So we're gonna fly. We're gonna just fly up this wash right here, then pitch up, and then over the top, and then we'll get back on target. We can even go to this view if you want. Look at that. Oh yeah. Really can't see very well to the right, but that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna come off the power here a little bit. Oh yeah! Now this. Alright, I'm not gonna try to yank and bank this, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of cut the corner here. Oh yeah, it kind of just flattens out. Oh, there's the Salton Sea, so we can just go ahead and do a roll. That gets the nose down for us. Trim, trim, trim. I got too much nose up trim there. Plane just kind of pitched out of it on their own. Let's go ahead and center the view so we get the full HUD. Let's go ahead and drop down, back down right here. Got a little bit of a valley here. We can drop down. I see the like a plateau right here, right? I mean, it's like cliffside almost, looks like. So what we can do, like, oh, there we go. See, look, I'll just take out some of the lift, let the nose come through, start a descent for us. See, the plane's not even stressed out. I'm a little stressed out, but you know, live streaming down low. I mean, we're down under, you know, 1,000 feet in elevation at, you know, fast 550 knots. But welcome to the Salton Sea. If you've never gone and checked out the history of the Salton Sea, it's actually fascinating out here. I'm going to come off the power some more. You want to get an idea how fast we're going? Just dropping on in here. Just a couple hundred feet above the ground right now. This yanking bank over the Salton Sea, huh? Blanco Leary will say, trim, trim, trim. Trim, trim, trim. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. What are we? We're only like a couple hundred feet above the ground. About to make our right turn toward the coast of California. California, here I come. There you go, you can get an idea. There's our shadow. Yanking and banking. All right, let's go full burners. Full burners. Go ahead and start our climb. Oh, yes. Go ahead and start that turn to the back to the west, right turn, climb back on up, see what we can see. Oh, some big old mountains. All right, go ahead and start to just level off again. Just let the plane work for it. That's one of the neat things about, I guess, you know, going to school and flying and all that kind of stuff. But it's just, you know, don't force the plane. You don't need to force the plane. Just understand how it works, how it flies. Like I said, I'm not controlling. I'm not yanking and banking on the stick that much. I am just thinking about, okay, I want to dump some lift. I want the nose to fall through. I mean, we just climbed up to almost 18,000 feet right there. Back on military power. There's the Salton Sea. There's the Salton Sea Airport. That was our waypoint to make the turn back to the west. And so now we're heading toward Miramar, and Miramar is only 55 miles away. And we're starting to get a marine layer. So with that, I'm going to come over here into Sky Vector, just in case I need to go ahead and dial in the ILS. So we'll take a look at what our as we get over here, we'll kind of get an idea of what our visibility is. There it is right there. Miramar, ILS, runway 24, RNAV, ILS, 111.15. We can go ahead and actually probably just dial that in if we wanted to. So, right over here. 111.15. Switch it over. Alright, so nav's on in case we need it. Like I said, we're starting to get clouds. I got live weather on, so we're starting to get some clouds over here now, over California. So we'll need to keep an eye on that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and come back on the power. Yeah, we're gonna need to keep an eye on that. I'm gonna come down here. I think I've got cruise mode, AA, landing. I think the landing mode, is that what I want? LNAV declutter, HUD ILS. We'll turn that on. I don't know if I want this on or not, so I'm gonna turn it on and see what happens. Yeah, I got ILS stuff now. Okay, so that's good. So in case we need it, it's all set to go. I'd rather do the visual. All right, everything's looking good. I can see all the waypoints and all that. See where we need to be. But now we're getting into the, more. It's rugged, but it's going to be more populated area here. Is where we're getting close to. Like I said, we got looks like about 30 miles here to Miramar. So it looks like runway 24 is what it's going to be. So we're going to go ahead and, oh yeah, there's the coast. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and come back to flight idle here pretty much. Just kind of now just let the airplane, let the nose fall through and start our descent here because we're still at 12,000 feet. Well, I would think that's probably outer marker or something. Alright, do a little trim. Alright, runway in sight. So it looks like we'll be able to do the visual. So there's Miramar right above the vertical stabilizer there. And Miramar is basically at 500 feet. So we're passing through now. Right now, and 6,000 feet. Dropping on down here about 450 knots. Looking good. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, runway heading. We're going to do a overhead brake and left pattern. Runway 24 right. ILS is set up. We can use that, but like I said, we can just do the visual here. So yeah, we're going to start here with an overhead brake for runway 24 right. And then we'll do an approach, and we'll do a mist, and then we'll go ahead and do another left-hand pattern, and then full stop landing. That's probably what the plan is. I think that's what we'll do. All right. So there is runway 24 right, Miramar. Another paid scenery here, so it's got a lot of cool stuff. Go ahead and trim, trim, trim. And welcome to Fightertown, USA. This is Miramar here. Was the home of Top Gun back in the first Top Gun movie, but now it's moved to Fallon, Nevada, I think, maybe. But there is Miramar. There's our runway right below us, 24 right. Very cool. All right, and brake. Go ahead and use this turn here to bleed off some speed. All right, gears coming down. First notch of flaps. All right, trim, trim, trim. And let's go ahead and get on the ball here. All right, gears down, flaps down. Don't need the hook. All right, 24 right. Again, we're going to go ahead and basically do a mist and then another pattern, then do a full stop. Looking good. Looking good in the neighborhood. All right, looking real good here in the neighborhood, and flaps coming up, gears coming up. Clean up the airplane. Airplane is clean. .400 knots, and there's 500 knots. Let's go ahead and start our pitch. Come off the burners. Again, use our turn and our pitch out here to slow down. All right, next is going to be a full stop. All right. Whoa, what did we get buzzed? All right, gears coming down. First notch of flaps. Trim, trim, trim. Full flaps coming in. There we go. We're dirty. Full flaps, gears down. All right. Turn to final. getting buzzed again. So he's got some airplane probably that I don't have, so that's why it's showing an airliner. All right, still a little fast, but we are dirty. We are ready for touchdown. Let's go and just make sure. Wingman view, full flaps. Gears down. Runway in sight. Looking good, looking good. Oh, nice carrier trap right there. On the rollout. It's one thing different, like when I fly the F-16, do the Sierra Hotel, the shit hot maneuver, where you hold the nose up, you know, aero braking. Now the Tomcat, put it on the deck. Got a nice rollout going here. All right, I'm gonna take that taxiway right there. Take that taxiway right there. Slow it on down. Slow it on down. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and exit the runway here. We'll clean everything up once we get off the runway here. We'll taxi back so you can see the scenery here, but let's go ahead and let's just clean some clean some things up here. Come to a stop and come to a stop. There we go. And flaps coming up. Everybody's coming in. Let's go ahead and get some air in here, huh? There we go. Get some air in here. And the other thing that we can do here is let's go ahead and open up the gate. Let's go ahead and sweep the wings. Yeah, that right there is amazing. All right, now let's go ahead and start our taxi. Now that is the proper way to taxi an F-14 Tomcat right there. Oh, there's probably our guy that's been buzzing us. Like I said, it shows up as an airliner because he's probably flying a jet that I don't own, so my computer doesn't, or my Xbox Series X doesn't then load it in properly. Oh, there's somebody else too out there. Oh, so he's flying an F-35 because you can see he's hovering, or maybe an Osprey. You can be flying, but see he's got like almost like a helicopter kind of. So yeah, he's definitely flying some type of vertical takeoff and land airplane. But this is Miramar. It's payware. You can see all the Ospreys over there. That's cool. And then some big Sikorsky helicopters out above there. Then you've got, it's not Air Force One. I think it's one of those like one of our like E2s or whatever planes. I don't know what I can't remember what they're called, but I think it's 747. Might be even with like the laser stuff that they're all testing out. But we're gonna go out here probably like to the Fightertown, U.S.A. hangar area where the F-18s are at, stuff like that. But there we go, all the helicopters. Yep, it's that laser thing, 747. I don't think it's Air Force One. No, because it's got that thing on top. I don't think that's Air Force One. I can't see the in number, if it's like 29,000 or something like that. But here we go, the F-18s. We're going to head over there. That hangar right above the open canopy out there, that is Fightertown. That is the classic Fightertown, USA. Oh, somebody just loaded in right here in front of us. Again, the military jets don't load in very well here on the Xbox Series X for other players. Then you got a bunch of C-130s farther down. You also got some F-35s right up here. Very cool. What a fun little flight too. Not very, like I said, we went from central New Mexico all the way to the Pacific coast of California, so across really 2.5 states in a little, roughly about an hour and 15 minutes. Of course, we did some pattern work and here, but fascinating to go that fast, cover that much ground. All right, we're going to go all the way to the end here because that hangar down there is the one that's labeled Fightertown, USA. Let's go ahead and jump in the cockpit. I really don't know how to actually shut this thing down. Like kind of study level, but we're not going to do study level, so we're going to try out some things though. So we're going to come right down in here. All right, yeah, we're going to go right here. Parking brake comes on. All right, I want to see here. There's some things over here that I haven't really looked at. So pilot visible, chains. Oh, I can like tie down. Okay, covers. Okay, chocks. Oh, let's go ahead and turn those on. See what that does. I don't see that. GPU, visor, that's just what we want the pilots to look like, so that's no big deal. So yeah, we are parked over there. There is Fightertown, USA. We'll go ahead and fly the drone here in just a minute. But yeah, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and I thought that was what would okay, I wonder how I can shut this bad boy down here, because I really don't know how to shut it down. Nav on. What's all this kind of stuff over here? All right, air switch on. Okay, left crank. I don't need crank. I need like cross bleed, rudder trim. Okay, that's not doing anything for me. Fuel dump, fuel probe. Is there a button on here that does something? Speed brakes, yeah, I know that. Bomb mode. Alright, let's go to this side, see if we can find something that we can pitot heat, anti-ice, glare shield, panel lights, cabin air control, bleeds, generators. I don't know if that will. Doesn't seem to do anything. Crew visibility. So you got a lot of these red switches, and so you think that would be, flip them up and turn them off. I don't think there's a way that I can just. No. Yeah, I don't know where. Unless that start button. Where was that start button? That air start, but that didn't do anything. That's cranking. Right intake stove, cross bleed fuel. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the it would be fun to kind of, you know, shut it down. Fuel. There's all the HUD, avionics master, battery. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to shut this down. So I'll play with that. So, well, with that, what I'll do is I'll just switch on over here to chat and just say, well, thank you for coming along with the flight here in the F-14 Tomcat from Spaceport America over to Miramar. It was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thumbs up because you are amazing. Click that like button if you do. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment, share. Come join me in chat in a future live stream. And with that, game on, because I'm Uncle Mike, your favorite YouTuber's favorite uncle. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye. All right, I got to figure out how to shut this thing down. So I'm going to go play with switches and all that kind of stuff once the live stream ends so I can figure out what I need to do.